Hello everyone. I want to talk about one final album called Ingredients in a Recipe for Soul, released in 1963. And I want to end this mini series of reviewing Ray Charles albums. But first, Ingredients in a Recipe for Soul was the album released after the second volume of Modern Sounds of Country and Western Music. And it's a good album. It's certainly not as good as the previous album, but it's good. It's a nice listen. It isn't fantastic by any means. So I want to go through the songs. It sold really well, went to number 2 in America, and it had a hit single with the first song, Busted. And so it did quite well, and released on the ABC record label. So first song, Busted. That was, as I said, a hit single. It's my favorite song on the album. It's a very good track. It's a fantastic track. It's a masterpiece, Busted. I really like the melody, and yeah, it's that. I can certainly understand why it's a hit and why many people want to listen to this. So Busted is an absolute stunner, and I give this an A+. But then we get Where Can I Go? And I give that a B. It's not fantastic. It's good, but you know all the Ray Charles songs from albums I've heard by him are minimally good. They're all good, but so that's why I'm giving it a B and not lower, because it's not ugly or whatever, but it's not fantastic. Born to be Blue is a little bit better. It's a B+. That Lucky Old Song, I really like that song. The first time I heard that song was from Johnny Cash. He released that in 20 years ago, pretty recent for Johnny Cash. It was an album from the American just before Johnny Cash died. That Lucky Old Song, beautiful song. Ray Charles has a fantastic version of it, so I'm going to give that an A. It's really nice. Old Man River is beautiful. I love the choir intro. That works fantastically well, and I'm going to give that an A as well. So that's the first side, and it's really good. It's really good. Side B, I'm not that big a fan of. So in the evening, I'm going to give a B+. It's okay. It's not fantastic, but it is really good. So B+. I'm going to give A Stranger in Town an A-. That's a really good song in my opinion. Old Man Time. It's like, it's good, but it's not great. I'm a B. Over the Rainbow is really nice, an A-. And the album ends with the famous You'll Never Walk Alone, which I'm going to give a B. I'm not the biggest fan of that song. I like the song. It's not irritating to listen to at all. Ray Charles albums are always really nice, but yeah, this album is not fantastic. It's my least favorite album of all the albums I reviewed. The Genius Hits the Road held that position, but Ingredients in a Recipe for Soul, I recommend people listening to it. It's not so easy to listen to because I wasn't able to find it on Spotify or on iTunes. I bought the CD, and yeah, it's good. There are a few great songs on it, and I might like it more over time. I don't know this album that well as the other album, so I'm gonna give this album a B. Yes, a B. Yeah. So that's about it. That's my review on Ingredients in a Recipe for Soul from 1963. And that's about it. Ray Charles released many more albums in his career, and quite successful albums. He also recorded some gospel music. He did everything. R&B, country, jazz, soul, traditional pop, it's all there. Big band music, it's absolutely amazing. Ray Charles is one of my favorite artists of all time. So I rate him very, very high. So, I've talked about a few albums by him. So here to sum up, I really recommend you listening to The Birth of Soul if you want to get into all the R&B recording sessions. It's fantastic. All those beautiful songs, I Got a Woman, What I'd Say, are on there. So The Birth of Soul, absolutely. You also want to listen to the Atlantic Records album The Genius of Ray Charles from 1959. It's a fantastic album, a big band album, and a very orchestrated romantic album. It's fantastic. It's very critically acclaimed as well. He moves to ABC Records, to a new label. He releases The Genius Hits the Road. It's an album with Georgia on My Mind on it, so that song alone makes it well worth it. But there are some fantastic songs as well. I really love Blue Hawaii, Moon Over Miami, so I recommend The Genius Hits the Road. And then, most of all, I recommend the two albums called Modern Sounds in Country and Western Music. There are 2 volumes. The first volume is one of, it's in my top 20 albums of all time, and volume 2 is absolutely amazing as well. And so those are fantastic albums. And to end it all off, you can end it with Ingredients in a Recipe for Soul, which is nice, but it isn't as fantastic as the other albums, but you can listen to it, and I recommend it because Ray Charles is a fantastic artist. And there's one song that's not, well, except for that whole album I just reviewed isn't on Spotify. There's one song that isn't on Spotify and who I have on CD that I couldn't find online. You can find it on YouTube, of course, but you cannot find it on, as I said, iTunes, Spotify. I wasn't able to find it. That I really love. I give that an A+. It's Them That Got. Ray Charles wrote that himself. It was a hit. It was one of the first singles for ABC Records. So Them That Got, you might want to look that song up on YouTube as well, because that's a killer of a song. So that's about it. We've done all Ray Charles music reviews. Certainly the ones I love. So he released many more albums. So if you're a huge Ray Charles fan, you might want to listen to those 2, of course. You do whatever you want. And so yeah, Ray Charles has had a big life. He died in 2004 on the age of 73, and got over his, he had some addiction problems, like many artists. He got over them. He had some issues with women and with he had like 12 children with 10 different women. It's like unbelievable, and it's like I don't know how that's even possible. Well, you can guess why, but you might know why. But it's unbelievable. He had a very hectic life from beginning to end. That small little poor boy who lost his mother when he was about 14 years old to a huge R&B star and one of the founders of modern music, died when he was 73 in 2004. So yeah, I really like doing these reviews on Ray Charles albums. So looking forward to reviewing music from other artists I love as well. So take care and enjoy Ray Charles's music. Bye bye.